Hello, today we have very special guest from Sevilla, Spain. Hello.
Hello, annyeonghaseyo. My name is Frederick and I'm from Sevilla in Spain.
You are here in Seoul. Why?
I'm here in Seoul because my school welcomes quite a few Korean students every year, and I'm here to visit my favorite partners, who are the people that represent our school and we rely on in Seoul.
Okay, thank you for coming to our office, SpainAgain office. Please tell me about your school.
Okay, our school is one of the first one, was a pioneer school founded in Sevilla in 1983, which means this year we're actually celebrating our 40th anniversary.
Wow.
We've been welcome around 2,500 students every year to study Spanish from around 35 nationalities.
2,500?
Yes, 2,500 per year in Sevilla. We also have schools in Cadiz, which I guess very few people know where Cadiz is, but that's one of the really nice things about Cadiz, not knowing where it is. If you want to be off the beaten tracks and see very few Koreans, you have to go to Cadiz.
Okay.
And another school in Malaga.
Wow. So you have 3 schools in...
We have 3 schools in Spain, and we just don't only teach Spanish, but since we belong to a worldwide organization called International Halls, we are very famous also for teacher training. So we actually train Spanish teachers and English teachers, as well as local courses, which means our schools are always full of students from Spain too. And we insist on the fact that we can gather local students to whom we teach English, French, German, and Italian, together with our Korean students too, because the interaction between local students and Korean students is very important for us too.
Wow, very good. So, can you tell me about the special things about each school from
Of
Sevilla,
course.
Cadiz, and Malaga?
From Sevilla, talking about Sevilla, it's a little bit difficult sometimes because Sevilla somehow is a sort of summarize of all the Spanish culture. It's a medium-sized city, no more than 1 million people, so it has an incredible cultural offer, and people should remember it is the cradle of the Spanish culture, and especially of flamenco music and dancing, for example. So we have the only museum of flamenco in the world, actually based in Sevilla. It's very famous for its festivity, and it's very famous, and I always tell the people, Sevilla is to Spain what Florence is to Italy. If you want to find the right place that's some sort of concentrate the spirit, the Spanish spirit and the Spanish culture, Sevilla is actually a full stop, a place where you have to stop once in your life. One of the other things about Sevilla that very few people know is that Sevilla has inspired many musicians and writers from the 18th century till nowadays. And lots of people don't know that big operas such as Carmen or Don Giovanni are actually set in Sevilla, as well as at the Figaro wedding, etc., etc.
Barbershop?
Yeah, the barber of Seville. Yes.
Famous.
And this is why that city has always been very fascinating for many foreigners, you know. And in Europe, actually, Seville is considered as one of the best, the must stop of European people very often. It's then the city is a medium-sized city, so it's absolutely walkable.
Okay.
So you can walk. I mean, everything is walking distance. The school is in the city center, and usually your accommodation would be maximum 20 to 30 minutes walking distance from the school.
Okay. What about Cadiz?
Cadiz is, as I said before, Cadiz is the destination of the beaten tracks. So we have very few Korean students in Cadiz that choose Cadiz, and the reason why they choose Cadiz is there's a key figure. Cadiz, 80% of tourism in Cadiz is national tourism, Spanish tourism.
So Spanish people go to Cadiz.
Spanish people go to Cadiz on a holiday because it has one of the nicest beaches of Europe, probably, and it's a very famous spot for kite surf and surf. So we get loads of foreign students wanting to do surf and kite surf. Then we have a school in Malaga. So as I mentioned before, I always say Sevilla is like the Florence of Italy, of Spain. Okay. When I talk about Malaga, I would say it's this sort of Nice of Spain, which means a large Mediterranean city, very cosmopolitan actually, quite touristic, that
Okay.
must be said, but it's probably because it has the best climate of Europe. It's considered as the best climate of Europe. I think it's only like 360 days a year. It's a very dynamic city. It's slightly different from Sevilla in the sense that it's more, I would say it's more touristic, especially because it's on the seaside. And it mixes up lots of nationalities too.
Okay.
And it's one of the cities best regarded for digital nomads nowadays.
Oh, yes.
Actually, it's
a
very,
lot.
very regarded for that. And what we have in Malaga is also a school in the city center that we call a boutique school.
Okay.
It's a little bit smaller than the other schools, and it's right in the city center. You might be able to see it behind. But I would say it's a medium-sized school, which is slightly smaller than the one we have in Sevilla, which is the largest one.
Okay, very good. Finally, why did you come to SpainAgain office today?
Well, once a year I come to Korea,
Okay.
and I will always visit because it's very important for us to count on our representative in Korea, knowing that we have the people representing us and being able to explain to the students the quality of the services we give, and we are always in contact. And SpainAgain is a very important contact for us to make sure that the information to the student is properly given and that students are very well supported from the beginning to their arrival and to the end of their trip or their studies in Spain.
Okay. Thank you very much for today.
You're welcome.
Have a good time in Seoul. Alright.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. Okay. Hasta luego.
Adios.